Okay, so this morning Ben and I thought we would show Josh's tweeps, how his feed gets done. We get lots of comments about Josh getting treats and so forth, but Joshy actually is completely peg fed. So if you look up the word or Google PEG, it'll actually tell you quite a bit about what it means. So a bit of the history is Josh was really quite unwell as a baby and really didn't come home until he was about 13 months of age. But when he was 7 months of age, because he'd been so sick and on oxygen and couldn't breathe properly, they decided he'd been on a nasal gastric up until 7 months of age. So they decided to put in the permanent tubing. And he's had it ever since. We have tried numerous times across his life to get him actually orally eating, but he effectively refuses most of the time. So he's classified as having a severe oral aversion. He was actually discharged from Princess Margaret Hospital's feeding team not once but twice. Weren't you, buddy? They tried to get you to have food on your toothbrush and it stopped you. You didn't want to brush your teeth for 2 months afterwards. So that was not a good plan. But yes, he gets all of his nutrition through the formula, which obviously you can see Ben's got in that bottle. So for those of you that know a bit about peg feeding, Joshy has Jevity High Cal. So he gets 1,000 mils a day of that, which means that he's getting about 1,500 calories, which is enough. So this is his steak and 3 veg, isn't it, buddy? Plus a beer.
This is your beer here.
It's your beer. Your clear beer is the water. So yes, he also gets water. So what do you think about that, Josh? You occasionally have a lick of an ice cream or something, don't you? Hey? Very rarely, but I still offer him tastes of food. He'll lick a chip or something like that occasionally, but just really doesn't eat anything orally at all. So there you go. If you've got any questions, fire them in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them for you. There isn't a question that you could ask that I would be offended by. So go ahead.